Hey, what is going on, Cancers? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Tarot of Dreams. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Cancers? What's going on for Cancers? All right, Cancers. So the first thing I see, Cancers, I feel like this energy coming towards you is familiar. You know, I feel like it is someone from your past, and I feel like it is someone. I am getting the feeling that there hasn't been a lot of communication with this person. You know, I feel like there's been a lack of communication with this person. You know, for some of you, maybe a while. For others, it may be even longer than that. I just feel like there's been a lack of communication with this person. But even though there is that lack of communication, I feel like a part of you kind of always knew they'd be back. A part of you never really completely let them go. And from what I'm seeing here is, I don't think they completely let you go either. You know, there wasn't really an end to this. You know, it may have stopped, but it never ended. You know, I feel like this person thinks about you and only you, and I feel like this person emotionally hasn't walked away from this either. You know, I feel like this person wasn't necessarily ready at the time. That's the energy I'm getting. I'm getting, you know, very emotionally immature. It's not that they didn't care about you. It's not that they didn't love you. I just feel like they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for that. They just weren't in that place. But I also feel like there's a lot of regret in this person as well. You know, I feel like this person, they hid how they truly felt about you. They never really truly told you how deep the connection was for them. It seemed easy for them, you know, to distance themselves from this. But it wasn't. It wasn't easy at all. I mean, I feel like this person really cared about you. And I feel like they had a hard time voicing that. They had a hard time, you know, being real with it. Like I said, I feel like a lot of emotional immaturity in this person in the past. I feel like they weren't where you needed them to be. You know, and I feel like this person let their imagination get the best of them. I feel like instead of just being honest with you and just being open with you, I feel like this person kind of went cold. You know, they kind of just resorted back to that self-imposed prison, self-sabotaging energy here with that Eight of Swords. You know, I feel like they saw the negatives instead of the positives in the past. I mean, there's really defensive energy too. It's like I don't feel like they took the best way out. Really defensive energy with this person. Like I said, looking at the negatives or the positives, putting their walls up. The deeper they fell, the thicker the wall they built. I mean, I feel like a part of them was scared. Another part of them just wasn't ready. They weren't ready to give you what you needed. And I feel like if this would have went forward before, like if they would have pushed through it or this would have carried on, I feel like it would have been more harmful than good. No matter how it ended, I feel like it would have been a lot worse. But what I see, like I said, I see this person coming back into your life. And I feel like this person has a lot to atone for. And they have a lot of work ahead of them. But I see them wanting to do that work and starting off by being honest. First and foremost, I feel like they're going to be honest with you. And I mean, right then and there shows their emotional maturity. I feel like they've come a long way. I feel like there's a huge transformation in this person, and they've let go of a lot of those old ways. But one thing they couldn't let go was you. They like I said, with that Five of Swords, they regret how this all played out. They regret not being open with you. Like I said, the deeper they fell into this connection, the more they put up the boundaries, those barriers, those imaginary walls. I get a lot of self-sabotaging energy here. Like, I feel like this person really didn't do themselves any favors. They didn't do you any. But I feel like I said, there's a reason why you never let this person go. You knew. Your intuition told you that there's more to this person than what you were getting. And you were right. Like I said, I see this person coming back. I see this person opening up. And I feel like you have this incredible bond. And it's a lifelong bond. This is why it didn't end. It just paused. You didn't lose this person. You didn't lose the love that you had, that you share with this person. Just kind of misplaced it. But like I said, I feel like this person is showing up to give to you. And starting off by giving to you, being on the same page, opening up and being honest, for starters. They're giving to this connection, and I feel like they're going to show up and they're going to put in the work. Because they got to earn your trust. And they know that. But they know they have to do it because they want to move forward with you. Like I said, with that King of Cups, it's a very emotionally mature person. It's someone that, I mean, they're not unaware of what they did wrong. I feel like I said, they got their shit together. We got the King of Pentacles. This person is ready for a new beginning, a fresh start, but that fresh starts with you. They want to wipe the slate clean. And I've always said this. I've said this a lot. And I love how this energy of this person is coming together. I always say that if someone ever wants a second chance with someone, or someone ever did someone wrong, they have to come clean, and they got to make it right first before, you can't just come in and say, okay, I did this shitty thing to you. Can we just start over? The worst mistake you can make is saying yes to that. Because the first step has to be that person making amends for what they did wrong, acknowledging what they did wrong, and then maybe we can move forward. And I feel like that's exactly what this person is doing. They're acknowledging they've done you wrong. They've acknowledged, they're acknowledging what they want, and they're being honest about it. They got their shit together, and like I said, they wanted to be with you. They want to move forward with you. You're their happy place. I mean, I feel like they were playing a little bit of a game. You know, we got that little bit of a player energy in the past with this person, but that wasn't who they were. That was just the front they showed you. They may even acted like they didn't care, which was bullshit. You know, what I see here is this deep connection that you have with this person and the happiness that you give to them, and they want to give that to you. They want to show up for you. They want to put in the work for you. You know, with that lover's card is that firefighter type love. That I get the vibe from that. And what I mean by firefighter type love is that, you know, when a firefighter runs in when shit hits the fan, while everybody else is running out, and that's the type of person you want beside you, the person that runs in for you. Not the person that just leaves you at any sign of smoke. You know, this person wants to be happy, and they know where that happiness lies. And like I said, they want to move forward, and they're doing all the right things. I feel like this person, you know, they're going to come back, and they're going to be honest with you, and they're going to be very open and honest and direct because they know they have to. They're not asking you to wipe the slate clean and giving you nothing for it. You know, they're not just coming and talking, they're walking the walk. You know, when action is present, words aren't needed. But they got words too. It's one of my favorite quotes. I can't remember how. I know me saying it's one of my favorite quotes kind of means like I should know it offhand, but that was pretty much the gist of it. When action is present, words aren't necessary. You know, that means when someone's doing what they need to do, when they're showing up and they're putting in the work, words don't matter. You know, words can't be the absence of action. You know, I can tell you all the things that you want to hear, but unless I'm going to do it, it doesn't mean anything. And that's what I see with this person. I see this person showing up, and I feel like you're finally on the same page, and you can finally move forward. But like I said, they want to wipe the slate clean, and they're doing it the right way. They're actually doing it. You know, and like I said, this huge transformation in this person with that death card. I mean, I feel like they've really let a lot of that old nonsense go, and they're finally ready to move forward. And there's a reason why I don't feel like you truly ever let them go. I feel like you knew better. Even there was moments I get the feeling there was moments when you wish you could, or you wish you did. But trust me when I say this, what I see moving forward is you're going to wish you're going to be glad you didn't. With this person, we have Cancer, we have Pisces, we have Scorpio, Gemini, and Aquarius. We have some Taurus as well. Some Capricorn, Aries, and Sagittarius. It's not easy loving people sometimes. You know, they don't make it easy. They don't make it easy. But sometimes we love the person for who they're going to be, who we know they can be. And it's not, you know, some people say that's delusional, you know. People don't change. People change all the time. People don't change because you want them to. That's how it should go. People say people don't change. I don't believe that at all. I've seen lots of people change. One of my friends growing up was probably one of the what a lot of people call as a jailbird. You know, person that's in and out of jail. He was in juvie, you know, he's always into something stupid. And I hadn't seen him for years. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I was taking my son to school, and I seen him there bringing his kid to school. You know, on the first day you bring your kids to school. And I seen him, and I started to talk to him. And, you know, granted, he had a little bit of a help, but his dad owns a roofing company, and now he pretty much runs it. You know, he's got a house, he's got, driving a nice vehicle, he's married, he's got 2 kids. You know, and that was the guy that everybody said that was never going to be anybody. He was just going to be in jail the rest of his life. And he said the moment he had a kid, changed everything. You know. So when people say people can't change, people can change. People do change. You just can't change them if they don't want to be changed. You know, and I hear stories like that all the time. I mean, you know, another friend of mine, I remember in school, he was a player. You know, he was the guy. He wasn't really my friend. I don't really associate people with that, but we played on the same hockey team. So we were associates. And I don't want you to think that I hang out with a bunch of cheating, guys that are cheaters or players or anything, because, I didn't. I have a moral code. And if you break that moral code or you're against that moral code, we can't be friends. That's just how it is. I'm not gonna talk shit about you. I'm not gonna do anything to you. You're not in my inner circle, if you know what I mean. But anyway, he was the player. He was the guy that was always, every day he had a different girlfriend. And, move into high school, later in high school, and, he got a really bad rap for that. And girls always had that name for him. He's a player, to stay away from him. He was just one of those guys that just wasn't happy with what he had. He always needed something else. And there's even a few stories of him sneaking around with other guys' girlfriends and stuff. And, I don't know if it's true. So it was stories, and what high school's like. But anyway, last I heard, he was happily married. So the guy that was always had a different girlfriend, and, I figured he'd just grow up to be some kind of gigolo where, he'd be in his 50s and still, someday he'll be in his 50s and still be single, still trying to make one-night stands. It's actually funny, one-night stand. Because his I don't want to throw under the bus here. Wow. Maybe I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna, because if I don't, it's not gonna make sense. His last name was Stanley, so everybody used to call him One Night Stand. So, like I said, I mean, I've only seen him handful of times, but last I knew, he was married, and I think he's got a couple kids too. So, people change. I feel like at the root of who you are, I feel like that doesn't change as much. But sometimes people don't have that moral compass, like they lost it, and until they find it, they can't really be who they're meant to be. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.